This video is brought to you by NetSuite by Oracle. If you're a CEO who's tired of QuickBooks or tired of the nonsense of running multiple programs, then upgrade to NetSuite to more effectively run your company. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will play the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I want to share some of my early thoughts. Now, the game is in Tampa, and the Buccaneers are the first ever team in NFL history to play a home Super Bowl. And I heard someone say, like, oh, it's of course the person to do that is Tom Brady. Kind of funny, like, you're right. Of course it is Tom. Like Tom, the Aston Martin, the perfect hair, the supermodel wife, and of course Tom gets to play the first ever Super Bowl in his home city. Now, if the Buccaneers win, I want to point this out. It'd be a crazy road to the Super Bowl. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers will have beaten Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and then Patrick Mahomes. It's kind of a perfect trifecta of Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Reminds me of, well, you could say it's like the best, most impressive Super Bowl run ever. It would remind me a lot of Joe Burrow's Heisman Trophy winning season. We called it the best college football season of all time. You beat 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That's a crazy resume. It'd be a big deal. And what a wild run if the Buccaneers can pull that off. Now, the Chiefs left tackle Eric Fisher just tore his Achilles. He's out for the game. He will not play. And the Buccaneers do have a really, really good pass rush. They did not allow Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game to run around and extend plays behind the line of scrimmage. Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul are really good pass rushers. Plus, they got Ndamukong Suh. I'm really curious if those guys can stop Patrick Mahomes and limit him from running around and keeping plays alive and making stuff happen with his legs. Now, the Buccaneers match up with Kansas City, I think, a lot better than the Green Bay Packers would have. I like what they got. I think Tampa has a legitimate chance in this game, a slim one, but they have a chance where they got a ton of weapons on offense. They got 2 running backs, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, 5 receivers I really like, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Scotty Miller, then a guy named Tyler Johnson, who I think he's not a big-time name, but Tyler Johnson makes a lot of plays that nobody really talks about. He had a great catch a couple weeks ago. We were like, oh, that's a ridiculously good back shoulder catch. They got 2 tight ends, Rob Gronkowski and Cameron Brate. And by the way, I want to point out, it's pretty funny that Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, the running back for Kansas City, Antonio Brown playing receiver for Tampa Bay, they're both former Pittsburgh Steelers. They're in the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh is not. They had a lot of problems on their way out. And of course, they're in the Super Bowl, and Pittsburgh's watching from home. Kind of funny to me. Now, the Bucs also have a solid secondary. They've got a guy, Sean Murphy-Bunting has really come on strong as the year's come to a close. He made some really good plays, has interceptions against Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. Carlton Davis is a good corner. Jamel Dean's a good corner. They got a really good safety like Antoine Winfield Jr. He's questionable, but I'm sure in the Super Bowl, banged up or not, Antoine Winfield Jr. is going to play. He's a rookie. He's done a really great job. Now, home field advantage also does feel like a big deal we should talk about. Home field advantage, you're playing a Super Bowl in your own city, meaning there's no travel. You're using your own practice facility for most of it. Like you're comfortable the whole week. And you get to sleep in your own bed. There's fewer logistical hurdles. I think this is something that should not be overlooked. Playing a Super Bowl in your own city, it's never happened before. I think it really is actually a big advantage. Not about the crowd won't matter. Whatever crowd is there, they're probably not Buccaneers fans. They're probably not going to be very loud. But the fact that the Buccaneers have an ease of use, like their logistics are easier this week and the next 2 weeks, I guess, that's really good for them. Now, I will say, we'll see how I feel a week from now. I want to put out my NFL predictions for my Super Bowl predictions, probably Wednesday or Thursday before the game. Hopefully Wednesday is what I'd like to do, have a lot of time. I don't think that what I would hate to have happen is do it too early and have something change. I want time to watch some more film, digest what's going to happen, try to give you a really cohesive, really good predictions episode. But I will say, my early thought is that it would be irresponsible to predict Kansas City to lose this game. I don't know how you predict Kansas City to lose. First of all, they've only lost 2 games all year, and one of them was a game where they rested all their starters week 17. So the reality is Kansas City's actually only been beat 1 time all year, like really their starting players. The Chiefs' defense is playing very, very well. You got to talk about their defense. They're playing great man coverage. I'm nervous. Like, can Tom Brady beat the man coverage of Kansas City? I don't know. And then honestly, I really, and this is not a joke, this is true, I have no idea how anybody can actually stop Kansas City's offense. I think you can slow them down, but you're not going to just completely stop them. You're not going to shut them down. Feels like at best, again, you slow them down. You hope that Kansas City makes a lot of mistakes. They drop some punts. They have a fumble or two. Patrick Mahomes maybe takes a big sack. If the Chiefs kind of shoot themselves in the foot over and over again, you have a legitimate chance to beat them. But, I mean, here's a problem. You can't play man coverage against Kansas City. They got 3-star receivers. They got Tyreek Hill, who's you just can't match up with Tyreek Hill one-on-one. He'll run right by you. He's incredibly fast. He's maybe the fastest guy in the entire NFL. It's really that. He's that much of a speed demon. You got McCole Hardman. He's really good. He's another guy, incredibly fast. You got tight end Travis Kelce, who is a matchup nightmare. Linebackers can't cover him. And then corners are too small to cover him. Like, if you put a bigger body, the guy's too slow. If you put a smaller body in Travis Kelce, then the guy's too small to make a play against a contested catch. So it's really it's a problem. I don't know how you stop Kansas City. You got to put a body on guys in the line of scrimmage maybe, but you're not going to be able to run with them. It's a big, big mess. And then he plays zone coverage. If a defense plays zone coverage against Kansas City, the problem is that the Chiefs do a lot of stuff behind the line of scrimmage, motions, fake handoffs. They do a lot of stuff that is distracting and misdirections, and it really can manipulate a defense if you play zone coverage. Plus, Mahomes can just run around and extend a play. I watched Tremaine Edmonds get just absolutely embarrassed against Kansas City last week, where he kept trying to do the right stuff against zone coverage. He got beat over and over and over again, where he was in the right spot and Mahomes would manipulate him and move him. And it's just like, it's a mess. I don't know how you possibly could defend Kansas City's offense. Now, I need to watch more film. I want to really give you a comprehensive prediction, but if Tampa beats Kansas City, it's going to be very, very hard. They're going to need to beat man coverage, make great catches against that Kansas City defense, beating man coverage, making great. I want to see Mike Evans make a big catch or two down the sideline vertically. They need to get the ball out of Tom's hands quickly. He's got to catch and throw, like a lot of quick game, a lot of even on vertical balls, catch it and get it out. You can't hold on to the ball too long like Josh Allen did against Kansas City. The Buccaneers are going to have to go for it on fourth down. Again, you can't play timid. You can't play careful. You got to play balls to the wall to beat Kansas City. Now, you also have to hope that Kansas City is going to make some mistakes and have a fumble or a turnover or a big sack or a muff punt. And then you got to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And when you do that, you have to wrap him up. You can't allow him to – you can get pressure on him, but if you get pressure and you allow him to escape the pocket and run around, it's still ball game over. So you have to get your hands on Mahomes, throw him to the turf. Don't allow him to escape the pocket and run around. And so it's possible Tampa could win this game. There's a chance here. I'm not saying it's impossible, but Kansas City should be the favorite to win this game. They should be the Super Bowl favorite. And I will say, going into the playoffs, I told people, I said, hey, Tampa Bay is dangerous. They could win a Super Bowl. They could get to a Super Bowl because they got a ton of firepower. They got good players. And it feels like Tampa has been achieving their potential, playing great on offense, playing really good defense. Tampa has a shot here, but it's a slim one. And either way, I think no matter who wins, I think it's a good game just because it's a Super Bowl. Has Tom Brady ever played a Super Bowl that wasn't close and interesting? It's going to be close and competitive, but I have a hard time. Again, it feels irresponsible to make a prediction where the Chiefs lose. It feels like it's Kansas City's game to lose, and then can Tampa make enough plays and disrupt enough to pull out the win? Those are my early thoughts on the Super Bowl. We're 2 weeks out. We'll see how I feel next Wednesday after watching some more film and diving in, but those are my early thoughts on the Super Bowl coming up 2 weeks from now.